Have you ever thought walking could be harmful for some older adults? While staying active is one of the best things you can do for your health, doctors warn that for some older adults, excessive walking can actually worsen existing conditions, increase the risk of injury, and put dangerous strain on the body. The truth is, not all seniors benefit from the same level of physical activity, and in some cases, too much movement can cause more harm than good. In this video, we're diving into 5 specific groups of older adults who need to limit their walking to avoid serious health risks, from those with joint problems to seniors with heart conditions. We'll break down why certain individuals must modify their activity levels to protect their long-term well-being. Stay tuned until the end because you'll discover how to identify if you or someone you love falls into one of these categories and what steps to take to stay healthy without overexertion. Making the right adjustments could be the key to preventing a major health setback. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Those prone to severe blood pressure fluctuation. For many older adults, maintaining a stable blood pressure is as essential as having a reliable friend by your side. As we age, our bodies naturally change, and sometimes our blood pressure can become a bit unpredictable, either spiking up or dropping suddenly. For those who have experienced severe fluctuations, too much walking might put them at risk for dizziness, fainting, or even more serious falls. Consider the story of Eleanor, an 82-year-old woman with a history of occasional dizzy spells. Like many of us who have learned from the rich tapestry of life lessons from the elderly, Eleanor believed that a little lightheadedness was just a part of aging. One crisp morning, while enjoying a familiar route around her neighborhood, she suddenly felt her vision dim and collapsed onto the pavement. The fall resulted in a fractured wrist, a painful reminder that even routines we cherish need adjustments as our bodies evolve. After a careful evaluation by her doctor, Eleanor embraced a new approach. She hydrated well, used a mobility aid for stability, and paced her walks with frequent breaks. Medical research shows that conditions like orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure when standing, can affect up to 20% of older adults. It's a statistic that reminds us of the importance of awareness and caution in our daily routines. Always keep an eye on any recurring symptoms like lightheadedness, dizziness, or a sudden loss of balance, as these are your body's gentle alarms to slow down. Reflect for a moment. Have you ever experienced a time when a sudden drop in energy reminded you to take it slow? How did you adjust your daily routine after that experience? Number 2. People with chronic heart conditions. Our hearts have carried us through decades of laughter, love, and loss. They are the steady drums that keep us moving forward. For many seniors, walking is a wonderful way to nourish that very organ. However, if you have a chronic heart condition like heart failure, arrhythmias, or unstable angina, too much walking can sometimes become a burden rather than a blessing. Excessive walking puts extra strain on the heart, which in some cases can lead to symptoms like chest pain, breathlessness, or even a sudden cardiac event. Let's take the story of Edward, a gentle soul in his late 70s who had long managed his mild heart disease with careful attention and self-care. Edward enjoyed his morning walks, but over time he noticed that even short distances left him unusually exhausted. In his pursuit to build endurance, he inadvertently stretched his limits too far. One day, a bout of severe chest tightness and dizziness forced him to seek emergency care, a stark reminder that the heart, much like a delicate instrument, needs careful tuning and understanding. With the guidance of his doctor, Edward learned to balance his exercise routine. Instead of long, unbroken walks, he started with short, supervised strolls coupled with gentle strength exercises, ensuring his heart was never pushed beyond its capacity. It's reported that nearly 50% of older adults with chronic heart conditions experience a decline in exercise tolerance as they age. This statistic is not meant to discourage, but rather to affirm the need for a balanced approach to movement. Our hearts, after all, are resilient, but they thrive best when cared for with thoughtful moderation. Life lessons from the elderly often remind us that wisdom is built on experience. Edward's journey is a testament to listening to your body and trusting that slow and steady progress is far more beneficial than pushing too hard. Can you recall a time when you or a loved one had to adjust your routine because your heart was telling you to take a break? What did that moment teach you about resilience and self-care? If you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 2 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Number 3, those recovering from recent surgery or injury. After life throws a curveball in the form of surgery or a painful injury, the body sometimes needs extra time to mend and regain its former strength. It is during these tender moments of recovery that we learn the true art of patience. Walking, often seen as a cure-all, might actually be too demanding too soon during the healing process. I'd like to share the inspiring story of Margaret, a spirited 75-year-old who had recently undergone knee replacement surgery. With the eagerness of someone who believes that every day brings a new dawn, Margaret was determined to get back to her usual routines. Unfortunately, her body had other plans. Eager to accelerate her recovery, she pushed herself to walk more than what her doctor recommended. Initially, the increase in activity gave her a sense of accomplishment, but soon sharp pain and swelling set in, forcing her to slow down and reassess her approach. Through guided physical therapy and a carefully moderated schedule, Margaret learned that the right pace wasn't about rushing, but about harmonizing movement with rest. Studies suggest that overexertion post-surgery can prolong recovery times by up to 30% compared to following prescribed rehabilitation protocols. This information isn't meant to instill fear, but rather to encourage listening to the subtle signals our bodies give us. Sometimes it's perfectly okay to pause and allow that healing process to flourish at its natural pace. Think back to a time after a setback or injury when you had to learn the importance of patience. What helped you understand that sometimes less is truly more when it comes to healing and recovery? Number 4, seniors with severe peripheral neuropathy. Many of us have vivid memories of walking barefoot on the soft grass or feeling the gentle embrace of cool water in our toes during summer evenings. For those of us living with severe peripheral neuropathy, however, the simple act of walking can become a challenging and risky endeavor. Peripheral neuropathy, often associated with conditions like diabetes, affects the nerves in the feet and legs, leading to numbness, tingling, and pain. This loss of sensation means that our feet might not always send proper signals to our brains when something is amiss, such as an injury or an irritation. Let me share Frank's story, a warm-hearted 78-year-old man who has battled diabetic neuropathy for many years. Frank was a passionate walker who loved the sense of freedom that came with daily walks. Over time, however, he began to notice that his feet were less responsive to the ground beneath them. On one particular day, after a long and seemingly harmless walk, he discovered a deep blister on his foot. A blister he hadn't even noticed forming until it had worsened into an infection. The situation turned serious enough to require weeks of medical treatment. Frank's experience is a gentle yet potent reminder of the precautions needed when dealing with diminished sensation. Medical experts recommend that individuals with peripheral neuropathy wear well-fitted and supportive shoes, check their feet regularly for any signs of injury, and consider alternative forms of low-impact exercise like swimming or seated workouts. These strategies not only help prevent falls and further injuries, but also provide a safe avenue to stay active. Life lessons from the elderly resonate deeply in Frank's journey. His experience teaches us that our bodies sometimes require extra care, and that adapting our routines isn't about giving up on activity, but about finding safer paths to maintain our vitality. Recall a moment when you had to change a beloved habit or adjust your routine for the sake of your health. How did that experience help you appreciate the small, safe steps in life that continue to bring joy? If you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 4 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Number 5. Seniors with severe arthritis. One of the most common reasons doctors advise certain seniors to limit their walking is severe arthritis. Many older adults experience joint pain, stiffness, and inflammation, but for those with advanced osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, excessive walking can actually worsen their condition rather than help it. The joints, especially the knees, hips, and ankles, bear the weight of every step, and when the cushioning cartilage is already worn down, too much movement can lead to painful swelling, increased stiffness, and even long-term joint damage. Many people believe staying active will always make things better, so they push through the pain, thinking they are doing their body a favor. However, when the cartilage is already deteriorated, forcing movement on inflamed joints can actually accelerate the damage, leading to bone-on-bone friction over time. This can make everyday activities like standing, bending, or even getting out of bed more painful than before. Take Robert, for example. At 81, he had always been an active man and loved his daily walks. Over time, however, he noticed that his knees were becoming swollen and stiff after every walk. Instead of giving his body the rest it needed, he kept pushing himself, thinking he was just working through the stiffness. Eventually, the pain got so severe that he struggled to climb stairs or even stand for long periods. His doctor explained that excessive walking was aggravating his arthritis, and that he really needed gentle, low-impact movement, like swimming or cycling, to strengthen his muscles without putting strain on his joints. Once he adjusted his routine, Robert noticed a significant reduction in pain, better mobility, and improved energy levels. If you are someone you know with severe arthritis, it's crucial to listen to your body. Instead of long walks that can exacerbate joint inflammation, opt for activities that support mobility without overloading the joints. Swimming, chair exercises, and light stretching can help you stay active without causing unnecessary pain. Always pay attention to what your body's telling you. If walking is causing more pain than relief, it may be time to adjust your routine. Final thoughts? As we come to the close of our time together today, please take a quiet moment to reflect on the 5 groups of older adults who might need to limit their walking to look after their health. We know that being active is an important part of living well, yet we also recognize that it isn't always the best for everyone. If you or someone you hold dear falls into one of these groups, adapting your daily routine and truly listening to your body can go a long way toward preventing unnecessary pain, injury, or other health issues. Which of these situations speaks to your own experience? Have you or a loved one ever shown any of these signs? Your thoughts and stories are so important. Not only can they help you better understand your own needs, but sharing them in the comments could also support others who are facing similar challenges. Remember, protecting our health after 70 isn't just about staying active. It's about staying active in the right way, whether that means shortening the distance you walk, switching to gentler, low-impact exercises, or simply using a support aid when needed. Every small, thoughtful adjustment helps maintain your mobility without risking your well-being. Taking care of your body today sets the stage for better health, greater independence, and a fuller, more satisfying life tomorrow. We truly appreciate you spending this time with us. Please leave a comment and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use that wisdom in your own life. Your insights are precious, and knowing your experiences lifts our spirits and encourages all of us to care for one another. If you found this video helpful, a simple like, subscribe, and share would mean the world to us, as your support lets us continue creating content that informs and inspires. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to joining you again soon. As the old proverb says, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.